Just before we get into the workout, can we just appreciate my utter panic when I realized that the tape measure was still there, the 10 seconds was counting down, and I just ran through it trying to get it away, when actually it really wouldn't have made any difference having the tape measure there at all. Anyways, I'm about to take you through my first attempt at my CrossFit Open 25.1. And I don't want to sound like a prick or anything, but genuinely, this was probably the least bad CrossFit Open I've ever done, like the least painful. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously it is hard, and maybe this is where like I realized I should have pushed myself way harder, but I don't feel like it was the worst one. And I think that if it's like the first time that you're doing the Open, this is an awesome workout to kind of just see where you are fitness wise, because it's not too muscularly taxing, it's not too aerobic either. It's just like a fun one to kind of grind through, because it's a long 15-minute one. So in this video, I'm going to take you through my full workout attempt. Obviously, this is just a voiceover. You're going to see the whole video of me doing it. Break down my strategy, because I did have a strategy before going into the workout. What worked, what didn't work, and what I would do differently or what I would do the same if I were to redo it. Now, before we get into it, I will just say I am a one and done gal. Okay, I will not be redoing the workout. But I will say, if there were ever to be a time to redo an open workout, this would be the one that I would do, because I genuinely enjoyed the workout. Like, I don't often pause in the middle of a workout because I'm usually too, like, in the pain cave to do that. But this one, like, I actually didn't, like, pause, but, like, I was, like, thinking in my head, like, actually, this isn't so bad. Like, I'm actually having a good time. This is a weird sport. Fun. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, first and foremost, initial game plan. So, I went in with the game plan to pace literally everything and just try and hold like a relatively high pace and keep all of the transitions as tiny as possible and really, really smooth. So, basically, my plan was to go at a pace that was like challenging but not impossible to hold 15 minutes, and then never like stop doing stuff. So when I go from the burpees to the dumbbell, I try to be as quick as possible and try not to waste too much time. As soon as the dumbbell touches the floor, straight into the lunges. Basically, this way I kind of found that it helped me maintain like a slightly higher pace for the whole 15-minute workout, as opposed to getting tired and then taking like 5 Mississippis or whatever it may be to rest between like the burpees or the clean and jerks or the lunges. Now, what I will say is that my first and foremost, the first like 3, 6, 9, 12, they all feel great. You move efficiently, you keep your heart rate relatively controlled. It's really only after the 12, when you have to start doing a lot more reps, that you need to be a little bit more careful with your breathing and just kind of like take note of, right, after the burpees I'm a little bit tired, so let's just cycle this dumbbell a little bit slower and just catch my breath up. The one thing that I will also say is that the lunges are the biggest load of BS ever. Whilst you do get to catch your breath, because it is around about 10 seconds of rest, if you I will say that the lunges are not like a substantial amount of time. And as the workout goes on and on, if you haven't paced the reps properly, you won't be able to like catch your breath or whatever in the lunges. Like, it's really not long enough for you to notice the difference. What I will say is that in this video, though, you are getting quality footage of 4 very different athletes, like 4 very different people, all doing it at the same time with very different levels. So if you guys look at the very back on the right hand side, that guy is like made for this workout. His name is Eric. Everybody calls him GG, I'm sure he won't mind saying. And he absolutely smashed this workout. He beat Rich Stroning. He completed the whole round of 27 and got into the round of 30 and did 22 burpees. Big spoiler, but I thought I would just say. And then the guy in the blue t-shirt closest, he was top 100 in Spain, so obviously a really fit guy. And obviously you just have me and Ross, who we are doing our best. That's just what we do. So there we are. So the key decisions early on was basically not to break anything, try not to rest anywhere, but just like keep a high-ish pace, but that is maintainable for you to hold the whole time. Obviously, 15-minute workout, you do not want to spend like the first 5 minutes like absolutely smashing through the reps and then ruining yourself. You want to keep choose a pace that you can hold for 10 minutes and then try and push in the last 5 minutes if you have more left in the tank. Now, one other thing is that you do want to try and stay relaxed as possible, breathe, and not rush through the reps. You want to make sure that you get clean, good reps that you are comfortable with, and just like stay consistent and make sure to keep calm. Like, I think one of the things that I try to do is, like, whilst I find counting stressful, it also helps me so much to kind of like stay grounded. If I just do 1, la la la, 2, la la la, and it just like helps me a lot. I think that with the burpees, there's just so many of them that you're obviously going to get tired. So just try and keep a pace that you can do the whole time so that you don't feel frustrated or demotivated if you do find yourself slowing down. I think that was pretty crucial for me, that I kept the same pace pretty much throughout the whole workout until like the last minute when I was trying to get loads of reps done to make sure that I got as many as I could, but to not like let myself feel demotivated if I slowed down. Like, I didn't want to slow down, I wanted to keep the pace. So challenges started to kick in. I wouldn't say like that early on. Like I said, up until 12, it's pretty easy. Like, it's not that many reps. You can kind of like break it up in your head and it's not so bad. It's really when you start to get to 14, no, it's not 14, it's 12, 15, 18, 20. That's the sort of bit where you start to question yourself. As I said earlier, like, I genuinely felt really comfortable in this workout, so I think that I paced it really well. The key things would just be to pick a pace that you know that you can maintain. A way to figure that out is basically you can do things that help you slow it down. So as you'll see with my burpees, I step up every single one of my burpees. Like, that's an easy way for me to maintain the pace. And then just like, as soon as I step over, just put myself on the floor. One of the things that someone did say to me before the workout is it's this very like lower backy. So you do just want to make sure that when you are at the bottom of a burpee, try not to spend too much time where like your back is rounded off the floor. As soon as you start pushing with your hands, like, lift your hips up so that you are not like bent over all the time. Obviously with the clean and jerks as well, because you are hinging so much, you want to avoid your back blowing up. So if the weight is light enough at the beginning, try to hinge as little as possible and just use as much like of your upper body as you can, because as the reps do go on, it does get a lot harder. So during this whole workout, I would just say that like, I don't think that it is that tough. Like, I think that if you pick a good pace, you can get like a really good score and not have to like put yourself too much in the pain cave. Obviously it's going to be tiring, it's going to be hard, but it's not so bad. One of the things you just have to do is just be ready to hold on, get a little bit uncomfortable, and just sort of try and keep the pace, and just know that whatever your pace is, like, your heart rate isn't going to go through the roof. So just like be comforted in that sense, so that you know that you don't have to like panic that like, oh, if I go any faster, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you keep the same pace, it will be okay. I think in hindsight, maybe I should have pushed harder. Like, I wasn't right on the edge, but like I was tittering on the edge. So I feel like maybe if I'd just gone a little bit faster, but it's that constant game of like, is it risky to go a little bit faster and then feel blown up? Or should I have tried harder and just gone faster? I think that's where people will then choose to redo the workout, because obviously now in hindsight, I can say that maybe it was too easy and I obviously had a lot more to push, because at the end I like really went for it, and it was only until the last minute that I was like super uncomfortable, and maybe I should have been super uncomfortable for like 2 or 3 minutes before the workout ended. So maybe I should have like pushed a little bit more. I think it's really just about how much grit you have, like, and how you can just hang on. Like, if you can just hang on, then this workout is for you. I think I should have maybe pushed a little bit harder. I can't stop thinking about, so last year in the Open, the first workout was obviously dumbbell snatches and burpees, and I remember feeling so rubbish. Like, I remember the burpees absolutely annihilating me and feeling so tired, so ruined. My upper body was ruined. Like, I remember ending it totally fukaki'd. I'll put the link up in the top right hand corner now so that you can see what I'm talking about. And this workout for me was a nice like little reassurance that things are getting better. Like, a year later, I think maybe I am a bit stronger and fitter than I was before, because I felt solid. I feel like there's more for me to give and I'm able to like keep going. I am using this workout as like trying to qualify for a fitness challenge league competition that is here in Barcelona in June. So this will go towards my attempt to qualify for that. So, I mean, hopefully it's good enough. I don't know whether it is. I should just say, you guys will see when you get to the end anyways, but I did all of the round of 24, got into the 27th round, finished the burpees in the 27th round, and did 7 or 8 clean and jerks. So 267 reps or something, which I think is pretty good. Like when I watched the announcement yesterday, I think that's around about what Hayley Adams did. So, I mean, to be able to say, oh, I was pretty close to Hayley Adams, I mean, that's absolutely awesome. So I'm really happy with that. So yeah, felt pretty solid. My grip didn't really get tired. I said the only thing that like kind of got sore were the balls of my feet and my ankles. Everybody on the channel knows I have terrible ankles that like to blow up all the time. I think where I used to do so much ankle mobility stuff and I never used to do any strengthening stuff for my ankles, I've done like some real, not damage, but like not damage. So now they kind of blow up whenever I do anything that's like very like ankly. So basically it just feels like my shins are on fire on like what they called shin splints. It feels like I have unbelievable shin splints. So happy, very happy with how it went. I think it was a good attempt. I think that I have improved and I'm looking forward to the other workouts. Like I want to see how I can do. I'm kind of secretly hoping that there's like a big dividery thing, like ring muscle ups or handstand push-ups, to kind of see how I fare with that, because last year there were ring muscle ups and I couldn't do any. So it would be fun to see if there were any ring muscle ups this year, like what I would be able to do under the fatigue or whatever, and kind of see how it goes from there. Obviously, I'll let you guys know if I qualify or if I don't qualify, and we'll share all of the other workouts anyway so that you can see. So, but yeah, if you are planning to do the workout, and if I had to redo this is what I would do. So, 1, I was very happy with my pace here. I think that maybe I could have gone a little bit faster, but I think pick a pace for the 369 that you know guaranteed that you can hold. And when you get to the 12, 15, 18, that's where you kind of have to have like a mental check with yourself and just think, right, how am I feeling right now? Can I push a little bit more? Like, is the fatigue too much? Am I aerobically going to blow up? Because I feel like if I had asked myself those questions, I can't believe he just stood in front of my camera, whoops. I think if I had asked myself those questions, I probably would have checked in with myself and been like, right, Han, you could probably push a little bit more here. So maybe don't relax so much and just try to, full send. I would 100% say that if you find the dumbbell heavy, you can break, but I don't think that there is any need to break. From the beginning, I alternated left arm, right arm. I found that worked really well for me because it just meant that my arms never really felt like they were tired because they were alternating every time, and it wasn't like loads and loads of reps, because obviously even when you get to 24, that's only 12 each side. So if you think that's very, very manageable, even for someone who's not like very strong or someone who doesn't really like the dumbbell, like that's 12 is something that you'd have to be expected to do unbroken all the time in a workout. So I would say from the outset, switch arms 100%. One other thing that kind of helps me with the burpees is that I always try to step up with the foot that is away from the dumbbell, which helps me jump over the dumbbell. So then having to think about, right, this is my right foot now, right, this is my left foot now, it kind of like distracts from everything else that's going on. So that's and also like an easy way to do it. I would just say that really, really, really aim to keep these transitions to a minimum. If you can find areas to breathe, like I tried to breathe on the clean and jerks, some people manage to breathe on the burpees, or try and get as much breath as you can on the lunges. That is what I would recommend, because I really think that this workout is made in the no resting, like in the no stopping. That's just like how it is. That's just the way that it is. I think maybe I might try a different approach and like just try and go full send and just like go out a lot harder. I don't know. Maybe. You have to hang around and see. I did say no redos, but I won't redo it to submit it. I'll redo it just for fun. Right. So 15 minutes is basically up. As I told you, I got 267 reps or whatever it is. You'll see that towards the end, I'm like now trying to go a lot faster. My burpees, I'm like jumping up, trying to get as many done as possible because I wanted to finish as many as I could. If you've done 25.1, let me know how it went, what the hardest part for you. I would love to see, and I would love to have any comments below. More open workouts are definitely coming soon, so subscribe and follow along, and I'll try and do as many tips and tricks and like just share my experience to try and help. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.